When you think of the most on-site beefs in fiction, you probably think the likes of Tom and Jerry, Seth Rollins vs CM Punk, King Kong vs Godzilla, Draymond when he sees Rudy Gobert, but in Pokemon terms, the most on-site beef award goes to none other than Rayquaza vs Deoxys, who on their first interaction had immediate beef and has been on-site ever since. So on the night where the Great Northern Lights appear, a random ass meteor is pulling up to Earth, and the camera cuts to Rayquaza, who's just chilling. As after dealing with Groudon and Kyoga's shit for the 800th time, the legendary Pokemon was just trying to catch a vibe, with the amazing view displayed upon them. But out of nowhere, like it's Randy Orton, the big ass rock from before almost hits Rayquaza. And nah, because of that, Rayquaza decides to crash out, as they should. Because imagine you're just trying to relax on your day off, and someone throws a rock at your head. I'll crash out too. But anyway, the meteor crashes into the planet, and with the lighting behind him, the Pokemon known as Deoxys starts aura farming on his Earth debut. Deoxys then starts collecting stones like he's Thanos, but that's when Rayquaza pulls up, and with absolutely no dialogue exchanges, Rayquaza fires off an Ice Beam, which freezes Deoxys along with the crystal he was holding. But the alien Pokemon was able to break out, but loses his crystal in the process. Rayquaza ain't give no fucks though, as it launches a Hyper Beam trying to go for the kill shot. That attack misses, but Rayquaza said shoot is shoot, as he charges Deoxys down and fires off another Hyper Beam, which got Deoxys perplexed while hitting the same pose as Cell when he got his arm evaporated by Vegeta's final flash. But you notice how Cell's still alive? Ain't nothing final about that flash, let me tell you that. But just like Cell, Deoxys got that cheesy ass regeneration as his arm just spawns back in, allowing him to launch a psychic boost that hits Rayquaza directly and sends him flying. Deoxys then continues by hitting the LeBron locked in pose, charging in for a tackle on Rayquaza's neck. Rayquaza recovers and starts tweaking. It's not used to getting bodied like this, as it starts spamming Hyper Beams, hitting everything but his target, destroying all the science people's equipment. Like damn bro, what did they do to you? It then goes for a tackle, but Deoxys just weaves out the way, and launches a ball at Rayquaza which got him tumbling into more equipment. Deoxys then goes in for the finishing move, but it's revealed that the alien got that same type of vision as Itachi. Got that negative 20/20 vision, bro can't see shit, so it's unable to attack. But let me tell you that Rayquaza gave no fucks. It didn't care if Deoxys was blind, deaf, in a wheelchair, he was gonna get that fade regardless, as it launches another Hyper Beam which Deoxys just blocks like that. But Rayquaza just used that attack to get a little sneak in from the front, but Deoxys says nope, as it delivers a Psycho Boost to the dome. Nope. Rayquaza recovers instantly, charging in once again just to get his ass suplexed by little ass Deoxys, looking like when Chad Gable suplexed Strowman. Like, is this your GOAT? The big fish would never let this happen to him. After getting laid out, Rayquaza realized his legacy's on the line, as before this he was getting put in Giratina and Arceus conversations, and now he's getting outboxed by an alien that spawned in 2 minutes ago. So to get his get back, Rayquaza uses Vegeta's technique, and starts spamming Hyper Beams, once again hitting everything but his target. Deoxys caught onto Rayquaza being bagless, like how Jaylen Brown can't do shit with his left hand in year 9 in the NBA. So he clocks Rayquaza before he could launch his 80th Hyper Beam, sending Bro spiraling into the ocean. Everyone's in shock witnessing Rayquaza join the Lakers on being frauds, but this was before Deoxys makes the fatal mistake of activating his hand, thinking he was about to box Rayquaza like he did before. But Rayquaza had other plans, emerging from the water with an already charged up Hyper Beam, catching Deoxys relaxing. Bro was taking no chances, and while Deoxys ain't got no facial expressions, you can just tell that he was hitting one of these, before getting evaporated at point blank range. And to add insult to injury, Rayquaza hits a little celebration emote on Deoxys' resting place before heading out. So since the purple crystal is still intact, Deoxys is able to regenerate, really showing how him and Cell be twinning, being able to spawn back in through utter bullshit. After getting embarrassed for the whole world to see, you'd think that the alien Pokemon would start training, trying to learn a new move or something, but this guy just spends his time aura farming. Not once, not twice, but 3 total times.
Boy, he got that shit on though.
Bro's going band for band with Piccolo on who can stand in higher places better. Who you got in a best of 7 series? I'll tell you who I got. Deoxys, Synopsis, Hypothesis, Piccolo in 5. But aura farming aside, this guy Deoxys is kind of a dickhead, as for no reason at all, he just decides to blow away all these Murkrows for no reason. And then he decides to sweep all the seals away, once again for no reason. Give this guy a spot on the round table of Black Air Force energy, this guy's a demon. The menace energy was so crazy that Rayquaza himself could feel it all the way from space. And you know damn well he was not about to let that slide, leaving him no choice but to pull up. So Deoxys continues his dickhead behavior by deciding to activate Shadow Clone Jutsu to start kidnapping the civilians. And why, you ask? I couldn't tell you, I got no idea. Anyway, Rayquaza pulls up to the city, seeing all these Deoxys clones, and instantly gets to hating, launching a Hyper Beam off rip. And then he wears the clones like our Thragwall Battle Beast before shaking them off and evaporating them with another Hyper Beam. Rayquaza then starts spamming Hyper Beams like how the Celtics spam 3-point shots, getting up 60 of them bitches, before finally getting confronted by the real deal, who first face off in the sky. Shit was starting to look like the start of a DBZ fight. So the fight starts off with Rayquaza trying to hit a chase down on Deoxys through the city, before Deoxys hits a turnaround fadeaway, landing a Psycho Boost straight into Rayquaza. Rayquaza recovers, continuing to chase down the alien until finally clipping him with a Hyper Beam, which got him tumbling down the stairs, which allows the legendary to capture Deoxys before hitting him with a diving pile driver. I like how Rayquaza is just itching for Deoxys to get back up, even emoting on him. This is true hatred that we haven't seen in centuries. Deoxys then comes out of the ground using Psychic and activates its Speed Form. Rayquaza then, as expected, launches another Hyper Beam that gets blocked by the rocks, which allows Deoxys to spear Rayquaza, who responds with, you guessed it, another Hyper Beam. But Deoxys responds with the second most unnecessary flip of all time. Like, bro, you was already out the way. That shit was not gonna hit you. You didn't have to do all that, bro. But with that spin, he was able to get a cheap check on the legendary, followed by a Psycho Boost that connects. And bro was about to go with the finish until another Deoxys pulls up, after getting done aura farming as well. I guess all alien Pokemon just got that shit equipped. The second Deoxys blocks the attack, and upon meeting, the two Pokemon realized they were actually homies, dapping each other up, followed up by releasing their aura in the sky. Shit was beautiful. But Rayquaza the alienist said, "Now you get your goddamn ass out of here!" Hyper beaming the both of them. Once again trying to chase him down, but the two used Nightshade to tase the legendary, which got him tumbling. The two Pokemon then hit one of these on Rayquaza, which hits the Power Core, which makes all the technology in the town malfunction, resulting in Rayquaza almost drowning in his cube. But that's until the Deoxyses go in and save the legendary Pokemon's legacy. Bro used to go to wars against Groudon and Kyogre, and now he's getting cooked by some electric Rubik's Cubes. But since they saved his reputation, Rayquaza realized that not all aliens are bad, as he catches a vibe with them real quick before heading off.
I'ma head out.
So the final Rayquaza vs Deoxys interaction was so low-key that some reporters had to conduct literal crimes to access the footage. Crimes even worse than the one shown in this old piracy ads in movies, as these reporters wouldn't steal a car, but they would definitely break into a space station to hack into that legendary footage. This is also where they're probably storing that Wilt 100-point game film as well. Anyway, they peep the footage and see a 10-year-old riding a Mega Rayquaza. Bro saw what the previous Deoxys were doing in terms of aura farming and said he got something for them. So a triangle that looks straight out of Gravity Falls spawns in a Deoxys who starts tweaking like a final boss, as the two face off before the trainer pats Rayquaza on the head like it's a horse, telling it to launch a Hyper Beam. And before we continue the fight, I'm not even going to question the obvious, like how this kid captured a Rayquaza, never mind a Mega one, and how the fuck he got a spacesuit on, or how he found Deoxys in the first place. I'ma just conclude that he is him.
Bro, you're the goat. I see you, my slime. Bro, you're him. Himmy Neutron.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
Anyway, upon firing the beam, Deoxys spawns in an arm to use Psychic to block the beam using rocks, which is something we saw the last Deoxys do.
Nope.
Stole his whole flow.
Flow.
The Deoxys then transforms into a speed form, trying to speed boost the legendary Pokemon 2 times, but dog, that's Mega Rayquaza you're facing. That don't work. The trainer at this point is just trying to overdose on aura, as he jumps off Mega Rayquaza onto a random ass solar panel platform for no reason other than to get a better look. Deoxys then hits the side eye of Doom, realizing that Rayquaza got no trainer, thinking about to get free eats, spamming Psycho Boost just to hit absolutely nothing. The two Pokemon then get into a brick-off, both launching Hail Marys that don't land, until eventually Rayquaza clips Deoxys with a Hyper Beam that causes him to start malfunctioning like it's a plane. But Deoxys uses his opportunity to try and clip the trainer, devious stuff, but luckily this trainer got that Ultra Instinct unlocked, otherwise he would have ended up like Frieza. And as expected, the alien Pokemon just regenerates and tries to go back on the offensive with a Shadow Ball, which Rayquaza just charges through like it's nothing, attempting to do the same thing to Deoxys himself, but the Pokemon puts up Protect. The two Pokemon clash, but Rayquaza eventually comes out on top. Like, are we even surprised? Just look at this image, it looks like something straight out of Freddy's 4. As Deoxys is stunned after getting ran through, the unnamed trainer throws a Pokeball and... Oh nah, even the spectators are calling bullshit on this. Because you're telling me after only a couple of hits, Deoxys was caught with an Ultra Ball? Not even a Master One? Yeah, I know what he is.
Right hand on the Bible, God can strike me down if I'm lying? That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word!